got this.
Hi there, the name's Nico, and today I'll be going over one of the meta builds for Dual Swords Jackie. Even though Dual Swords Jackie has been nerfed the past few patches, she's still extremely strong, and this build shows this, so let's take a look at the build. So the build is Divine Dual Swords, Crusader's Armor, Diadem, Radar, Cephalus, and Lace Quiver. The road goes Chapel, Avenue, Pond, Hospital, Cemetery. Build ID is displayed on screen and is also written in the description. Normally you want to run this route going Cemetery, Chapel, Avenue, but due to the increased number of people starting in Cemetery, you want to start Chapel and go to your other zones first. Other than one feather, most of the items are not that difficult to find in Cemetery later on. For food, I like to make mocha bread between Hospital and Cemetery, so this is a bit later than I would like, but the build is extremely quick, so it shouldn't be an issue. You don't have much SP problems on Jackie once you're past the looting stage, so I just make honey water and Avenue. In Pond, all you really need is a hammer, but the more items you get here, the more things you don't need at a cemetery, which generally has 5 people starting there at the moment, so keep this in mind. Once you're finished your build, which you should be before night 1, you should grab an extra bamboo and feathered cemetery to prep for Mithril Quiver. If you find an extra hairband as well, just hold on to it for either Laurel Wreath or Elysian Halo. And after this, you want to contest First Meteorite. Lately, Hedgen has been also contesting First Meteorite, so you should expect to see her there. But if you manage to get on top of her without your E or W, it won't be nearly as difficult to win. After First Meteorite, you want to contest Alpha to get Mithril to make Mithril Quiver. The extra attack range is really helpful, especially against ranged matchups. Other than this, contest objectives, farm animals, and fight players. Then in Cemetery, you may run into the normal Cemetery tree contesters such as Air Aya, Air Isol, Hart, Fleet Island, Barbara, Emma, Mai, and Cicella. You just want to leave Cemetery and head to the First Meteorite, so you shouldn't have an issue in Cemetery. The skill order for this build is W, passive, E, Q, and R alt when available. Build will have the skill order saved so you don't have to worry about memorizing it. For augments, you want healing factor. This works really well with your W, which is why you max W first. You can heal for a lot and punish people hard if they aren't running healing reduction. For your subgrade augments, you want to take Assembly and Thea. Assembly for more health when you ult. Thea because there aren't really any other good augment choices. The extra vision at night does help you though. And you'll be taking the Havoc trait for your other sub-augments, with Stopping Power and Quench, just for more damage. Now for your transition items. For your weapon, you want Spring and Autumn or Star Steel Twin Swords. Star Steels do more damage, but Spring and Autumn have the attack range increase. For your chest piece, you want Burgundy 47 or Mithril Armor. If you are still on Crusader's Armor, you can switch to Tuxedo in the late game, as you'll do more damage and also have Life Steal. For your headpiece, you want Elysian Halo, Laurel Wreath, Chinese Opera Mask, or Fallen Pegasus. Only use Fallen Pegasus if you have decent crit chance, so Radar and another crit piece. For your arm piece, you generally will stay on Radar, but you can use Mithril Shield, Tellurian Timepiece, or Cube Watch, but these are definitely not a priority switch. For your shoes, you want to switch to White Rhino, so you have swapped off with Divine Dual Swords, Mithril Boots, Red Shoes, or Boots of Hermes. You can also use Feather Boots in terms of non-rare resource items. And for your accessory, you can use Moonlight Pendant, Mithril Quiver, and Sultan Adoned. With transition items, you want to keep your attack speed in mind. Ideally, you want to be above 1.2 attack speed in the late game, so ideally you want 3 attack speed items, including weapon on you. Now for a combo. I wouldn't say there is a particular combo in Jackie, it's mainly just that you want to make sure that they are bleeding before you press W, so you either use your Q to proc bleed or auto them when you have your ultimate activated, and then press W. You want to use your E and Dual Sword Rampage, your weapon skill, to continue the chase or to initiate the fight. It's definitely better if you don't have to start the fight with E, but you generally have to unless you ambush someone. Otherwise, it's just about autoing. I'll show you ideally what you want to do against someone on screen here. Now that I've explained the build, here's a game showing it in action. Hi there, the name's Nico, and today I'll be going over a Dual Sword Jackie build. I really like this one. It's not as crit heavy as a lot of the other DS Jackie builds, but like because of how dual swords work, EBAD it works really well with them just because you have a double strike mechanic. So this one has more EBAD built into it compared to the typical crit Jackie or like crit dual swords. Yeah, first thing to note here is that I make honey water and Avenue. That's pretty much all the SP you need. It's mainly just early game looting where you have problems with SP, but other than that, at this point I was making healing potions between Avenue and Pond, so that's why I have extra bottles. But I found it was easier to make mocha bread because generally the flowers are hard to come by and you need one flower for your build, like Diadem needs a flower, and so Even though you go the 2 flower zones, getting flowers in Cemetery, especially with Cemetery being extremely looted these days, is quite hard.
Found you.
So, yeah, I end up looking for a flower here, but I technically didn't look at the full loot set. So yeah, it's just a little unfortunate. But yeah, I do suggest you make mocha bread instead of healing potions like I was trying at this point.
Sorry to scare you.
Even though they said that dual swords were nerfed early, they really aren't. Like, they're still extremely strong. We're just gonna TP into Sam because we're quite far away. But yeah, in my opinion, that set right here, like, appears best if it's the best set to loot if you know it's like an unlooted container set, because generally people want to loot the set and the one in the middle if they start Sam. But Sam's been super busy as of lately, so you probably aren't gonna find a non-looted container set. Yeah, the hardest thing you're gonna find here in Cemetery is feathers. So if you get lucky and find feathers early on, it's not nearly as bad.
Well, that's just less places to go.
Yeah, I am looking for another feather. I could have just gone straight for tree, but it's okay. I hear people fighting. But like, I want some food at least, I guess. Unfortunately, she does waste my W, which is like good on her. We got Heart, but unfortunately Heart was not the one with the tree. It had to be the Echion, but Heart was lower health, so that's why I went for her instead. It was just unfortunate. I didn't know who actually got tree.
Watch yourself.
But yeah, it was a good play on Heart. I don't know if she did intentionally or not, but I did press W after I used my R. And by her using her ultimate, it prevented me using the bonus healing from my W. So dealing against Echion, you just don't want to stand in the double part of his ultimate. Oh yeah, and when he's in this form, this is the best time to get him because he's super slow. I used the boar there on purpose because I wanted to get the pork chop off so I can catch up. Unfortunately, I see the Laura there.
How's this? Barrett. Time to go. Where are you going? Time to
I auto RFQ, so I pressed a W. I missed my E, so I could have killed her a bit earlier. It was a bad E, but otherwise we were really good. You can see like her build's somewhat squishy. Yeah, we're already at 2 kills. We have no rare resources at this point. I prepped Halo. Normally when I do these videos, I do more research after I finish playing the character a bit, and after doing research, I found that Laurel Reeve's actually like really good on Jackie, or especially dual sword Jackie. You get a lot more DPS out of it. So I like back here, I wasn't really for making Laurel Wreath and like wanting to save it for Halo, but now after doing research, I definitely say make Laurel Wreath. If you have a tree and you know you can't get like a meteorite immediately, and it's honestly better to do like Laurel Wreath and Starsteel Twin Swords than just a Halo, because Starsteel Twin Swords from Divines, just like this base upgrade, you're gonna go from like about 240 DPS, or yeah, 240 damage per second to 320. If I remember correctly when I was doing my research, so you gain a lot of DPS just from switching from Star Steels to Divine.
That's just less places to go.
Unfortunately, I needed to get a good weapon skill here, but there's nothing, and I can't chase her at that point. If that dog was up, by the way, right there, we could have caught her, because I would have just dual sword rampaged the dog. But it was unfortunate. The dog was dead, so we couldn't do that. And of course, alpha stuff was taken, so... Yeah, you don't want to stand on his ult like that, because that literally almost killed me, so... I literally almost died from this, but the only reason why I live is because his ult ran out just as he was about to kill me, so... I misplayed by standing in his ultimate and getting greedy that I could kill him before that, but I cannot, so... But yeah, you saw we were like down to 32 HP. This was bad for him to continue chasing at this point. That was a good juke on his part. I should have weapon skilled before using E. So, a little bit of a misplay on my part there. But at this point, I know I can't chase him. Yeah, it was a good juke from the dual sword, but ideally I should have used dual sword then E instead of E then dual sword rampage. Again, I do the same dumb thing where I step on Echelon's second part of ultimate, so I take a bunch of damage.
On how to use the restricted areas.
I'm just gonna heal off the boar with the quench and life steal from my weapon. Luckily, Yon didn't see me.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Then finally, Echelon's dead. I could have killed him a couple times. I just misplayed. Let's see if we can whip. Nah, it's too far. I go back because I don't want the eye to get Omega.
Looks like someone just died.
Not the best E, because again, I didn't make her bleed, so I didn't get that bonus movement speed boost. But it turns out I didn't grab the Force Core off of Omega, so I got it for free.
You won't have time to die.
Yeah, if you need to get away, you can just dual sword rampage animals and E and W.
You won't have time to die. Blam, blam.
So yeah, I'm waiting here because I believe I have my ultimate back up, so I know if she comes around this corner, we don't have to waste our E, and we can just get the jump on her. So we're waiting because I was like, she just killed this
Well,
dog.
that's just less places to go.
But yeah, she ended up not coming, so I'm just gonna make my halo.
Try running away now.
This fight with Aya here is like what I ideally want to do. You get E, R, then you press W, good dual sword rampage, and we use dual sword rampage to chase, and
Keep up the good
just
work.
get on top of her and she can't do anything, so that was extremely well played on my part.
Ooh, who's there?
So I'm just gonna hide the stuff down here because I'm like, I don't think anyone's gonna come down here to check for items. You can see Wicks in Forest, so I'm like, I gotta head to Wick at this point. There's Maya. Maya is annoying to fight, unfortunately, because her kit allows her to counter auto attackers, which is what we are, so. We gotta be a little bit weary of her. Yeah, I can see someone's on Wick, so we're heading over.
Sorry to scare you.
I see that Maya was like low there, but I'm like, I wasn't sure. I was like, do I chase Maya or do I go after Wick? And I'm like, Wick's a lot more important. And yeah, we just KS Wick, we get the Wick items, and this ISO's super low.
Well, that's just less places to go.
You can see how low ISO is.
Scare you.
I don't have a cam, unfortunately, so I don't know which way it went. And since we're in Uptown, I'm like, might as well make Burgundy 47. It's a really good chess piece for us, especially with all the healing that we do.
Found you. So much
And we got her bleed, so we chased her. Good weapon skill again. Able to keep on top of her. This time we can actually E in here, and we kill her with the explosion of our chainsaw. But yeah, we have to let Young loot her before we can, unfortunately, so. I'm gonna get the leather off this chicken.
Sorry to scare you.
I don't really want to fight until I get my Burgundy up, because I'll be a lot stronger with it on, so. Yeah, now we'll loot the mine, but I'm sure Jan took all the stuff I had, including the Phantom Jacket. So. Where's mine anyway? Yeah. This mine at Cabana. I guess he just took the Hermes and the Moonlight, so. Yeah, we're gonna go kill the bears. A good thing to note is Jackie's passive goes for more attack power if you kill animals and players, and bears are treated the same as players' attack power, which means that if you kill a bear, you're gonna get a lot more attack power compared to just like a chicken. So you can see by killing 2 bears, we've increased our attack power by 258. You can see like they have these are ticking down here for the different bears we killed. They seem to be going at the same time, so maybe it's only 1 bear. I thought maybe like they doubled stacked. But yeah, if we kill this bat, you can see now we're at 307. So we got like 2 different stacks. Oh, now it's at 258. So I think it's just healing factor actually. Dual sword rampage, so we can continue chase. Yeah, we just need an E, or well, she ended up dying from Wick Blade at that point. So
Don't get ahead of yourself. The baddies are gonna keep coming.
yeah, so since we killed her, we get the attack power boost up to 258. Healing factor makes us go up to 300 attack power, which is why using W at the right time is extremely important. We proc on arrows because we have Quench. So yeah, forcing Yon's ult is really good for us. So now we know he doesn't have ult. So we just need to wait for our ult to come back up, because we know it'll be up before Yon's ult. So this should be an easy win for us. Yeah, I also remember seeing the quiver down here. Like, when I killed the Tia with the Mithril, I was like, oh, I'm gonna come down here for a quiver. It's just a better lace. Mithril quiver is just a better lace quiver, so. And like, yeah, this time it's time for us to fight Yon. We press W, so we're just healing for more than damage he does. And we have life steal between these 2 items, so yeah. There's nothing really Yon could do there, and yeah, we played reasonably well, to be honest. If you like this guide, please consider giving it a like. It lets me know if you like these types of videos, and if you like a trial and turn as much as I do, consider subscribing. I hope to see you at the next video.